Pure Whitetail podcast. It's basically just Grant and I, and we've got VP Nate over here. Hunter's in the studio too. I don't know if he'll be participating, but he is here. So it's Grant, myself, VP Nate, and Hunter. So Hunter had a big week.
Yeah, he did. He killed.
Yep.
Awesome deer.
So I'll give a little pretense to this, to Hunter's kill. Let's talk about his kill first. So Hunter,
I've killed more deer than Josh Martin this year. Just
there's a lot of people like one up in you.
It's all like compared to me for some reason. It's all like, hey, I've done this. That's fantastic. I'm glad you did. So you can Grant can tell you, Hunter, that I was pretty dang excited. So So about 2 weeks ago, I was hunting my best lease, and it's where Hunter ended up killing this buck. Same exact stand, and I had 3 bucks come into me, and 2 small ones and a big one. 2 small ones come in first, and then the big one come in, and long story short, I stood for 15 minutes motionless with my hand on my release, ready to shoot, but he was facing me the whole time, and I told myself when he was walking across the field, no matter what, I'm not shooting unless I got a perfect shot. Well, as he was starting to leave, and keep in mind, guys, this is over a bait pile. This is over shelled corn and our Captivate. And so he's coming in, stays there for 15 minutes. I couldn't get a shot. He turns to walk away, and I just, like, very lightly went, meh. And, like, I've been bow hunting for a long time, and I've never had a deer spook with doing that, but it's so late in the season, and this deer's probably heard it 10 times. And I went, meh. And I'm telling you what, all 3 of the bucks that were there turned inside out.
It wasn't sexy enough. That's why he did that. It wasn't sexy enough.
So I guess it wasn't.
You even give your professional sexiness.
Yeah.
You go, meh, meh.
Oh, I should have done the meh, meh.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. I've never tried that before. I'm going to have to try that next time. But I did that, and I didn't think they would stop running until they got to the next county. So long story short, Hunter has been hunting very, very hard all year long here in Ohio. He had just had a successful trip in North Dakota and come back hunting with our good friend Terry out there. And then he come back and he just continued to hunt hard. I had to remind him to go put bait out.
So did you have to hold his hand again?
Basically, yeah. Old dad had to go buy the corn for him.
Oh my God!
I bought the corn one time.
Oh, well, then that's not bad out of 25 times this year.
Hey, Hunter, how did it work out trying to carry 3 bags?
I was trying to ratchet strap 3 bags to my body.
So tell him what the 3 bag means.
Well, I can't remember when you were at, when I hopped on the phone and said, Hunter, but you can't carry 3 bags at one time.
Yeah.
And I said, you ain't man enough.
50-pound bags of corn.
50-pound bags.
I got two.
And Hunter goes, oh, yes, I am.
Because when you said that, I was like, I got ratchet straps in my truck. I'm going to ratchet strap them suckers to me, and I'm going to make it.
Yeah, so Hunter threw 2 over his shoulder and tried to ratchet strap one of them to his back.
It didn't work.
And it didn't work. So, but hey, A for effort. So, yeah. but anyway, so he hunted really, really hard and ended up getting the job done 4 or 5 days ago. Well, it was the next to the last day of the season.
The 6th, evening of the 6th.
Yeah, evening of the 6th.
It ended the evening of the 7th.
Yeah. So
that's not giving up.
No, that's not giving up. Yeah, it's setting a lot of cold days, and it was
cold that morning. It was really cold.
Yeah, but you shot him in the evening, right?
Yeah, I shot him in the evening.
Yeah, and you made a perfect shot
with the Kratos.
With the Kratos
was awesome.
Yeah,
Logan went like 40 yards.
Yeah, Logan come to me and he was like, "Man, let me tell you something." He said the Kratos. He went like 30 some yards.
Yeah, like maybe 40.
Yeah, maybe 40.
It just tipped over.
Yeah, I mean, perfect shot, and the Kratos just blew him up.
Why don't your deer ever do that? They decide to run forever.
Really?
He likes the challenge.
Hold on. How many videos would you like me to show?
How many phone calls I've gotten of, "Hey, Granny, he's dragging this deer out," and we go hunting for him and we find him and he's down in the ravine. That was 20 feet up. That was a very, very bad drag that day, and it was shot out of the same. Matter of fact, it was shot out of the same stand.
That stand has killed a lot of deer.
That stand's killed a lot of bucks. Yeah, yeah. You usually don't shoot those there just because of just because it's so good. I'm pretty sure that Nobody's ever killed a doe out of that stand, and there's only been bucks killed out of it, and it's all been mature bucks. So, but it don't, obviously it doesn't come easy, because he didn't kill till January the 6th, and I hunted it a lot too. So this year I passed a lot of good deer. I passed a lot of good deer. That I actually seen my number one out of that stand, and twice, classified.
Yep, I've seen him 2 or 3 times.
And Hunter seen him 2 or 3 times, but he's so smart. That deer is so smart. He wouldn't come in.
I can't stand that.
I wonder, I know there's some guys, but how many guys that hunt and do trail camera pictures and all that name their deer? Do you think there's a lot of people?
I think since, and I don't think that really started until trail cameras. But once the trail cameras come along and people started seeing them over and over and over again, like for instance, like Terry and Eldon are friends from Montana and Iowa. They don't name their deer.
No,
I mean very, very, very rarely. Every once in a great while they'll name one. But and by golly, them two got more deer than anybody to name, but they don't. And I do, because it just helps me remember. It helps me remember what deer it is.
Hightower, Julius Caesar,
right?
I mean, and the list,
Grand Canyon,
The list goes on. I don't know. It makes it funner.
Yeah, it does make it. It does make it funner. But yeah. So Hunter killed that while we were actually, and Grant and I was actually in South Texas
hunting in the blind. I called you. You were.
Yep. I was whispering. Me and Grant, our good friend Shannon Sitton, and our business partner and good friend Chris Rager. We were all down in Texas testing a new arrow for Element, which is called the Nucleus, and a new broadhead, which we're not going to release the name of that yet.
Nope.
But that's a new broadhead that we're testing. Grant and I did not get to test the new arrow or the broadhead. But Shannon did. Shannon and Chris did too. After we left, he killed a javelina, but Shannon killed a big pig with the Nucleus and the broadhead, and it was perfect.
Oh yeah,
yeah.
I mean,
perfect.
Shannon shot it, broke 2 ribs. I got the video of it. After we were skinning the pig out.
Yeah.
Broke 2 ribs on the one side, and it hit the upper, ball joint in the shoulder, and it almost went through that, but it did stop it there. But I mean, it cracked a bone, and I mean, it did the job. It killed the pig. It wasn't a pass through, but I mean, it hit a hard piece of.
Yeah, I mean, to get a pass through, and I believe Shannon said he shoots 65 pounds, because I remember him shooting the same as me. I mean, you shoot 70, but me and Shannon both shoot 65, and to get an almost pass through on a pig at 65 pounds, that's pretty dang impressive, because that just doesn't happen very, very, very often.
How far was the shot?
I think his shot was
15, 20 yards.
Yeah, it was like 20 yards, I think.
Something like that. It wasn't very close.
It was close.
But,
it was closer.
Pig, they're short. They're 200 pounds.
They're thick.
And they're thick.
Yeah, they're thick.
So, I mean, I was impressed
and
with
if you've never pig hunted before, and I had never pig hunted before, but watching them skin Shannon's hog, and then watching them skin Joey, another guy in camp shot with the Nucleus in that new broadhead, and it performed very well, was Joey, and seeing how thick that hide is on them pigs.
Oh my goodness.
Yeah.
Well, Joey actually got 2 shots on his. It shot and came back around to him.
Yep.
And
he shot again.
He got shot again, and he shot it right in the head. Not trying to.
Yeah, right behind the head. Yeah,
right behind the head, and went complete pass through there.
Mm-hmm. And I believe he got a complete pass through on both shots.
On both shots.
Yeah. So but I think Joey shoots 70 pounds, if I'm not mistaken. I think Joey was shooting 70 pounds and got a complete pass through on both shots. And then Rager, I think he only shoots like 60 pounds because of a bad shoulder, and he got a complete pass through on a javelina. Now we're talking a much smaller animal.
Oh yeah,
javelina is a much smaller animal, but he got a complete pass through with the new broadhead. So the new broadhead and the new arrow that we've been testing for flying arrow, or that we just went down and watched everybody else test.
Yeah, we just hung out.
We just hung out.
Yeah.
Hey, if we would have been turkey hunting or deer hunting,
we've been testing.
We'd have been doing a lot of testing. So, and at first, one thing that happened to me in the blind was, and the first time this has ever happened, I saw a group of about 15 to 20 hens came out. And when they were walking out, I was like, wow, there's a bearded hen, which I've got a bearded hen on my property that Grant's been begging forever for me to let him shoot.
I got bad news for that bearded hen this year.
she's a very, very good.
If me and Hunter do it
nester.
together, you can't be mad at both of us.
She's a very, very good egg layer. So I've been keeping her.
She's laid her eggs enough.
Yeah. So we see bearded hens all the time out with our buddy Richard Frisbee in Kansas. He's got a bunch, and I've just never really had the desire to shoot a bearded hen. But anyway, I had 5 of them come out of that group of 15. Got remember I videoed it with my phone and showed you. Obviously, I videoed it with the big camera too, but I videoed it with my phone so I could show them right away. But one of them, every bearded hen that I've seen has a really thin, like pencil thin beard.
Mm-hmm.
Well,
not that one at your house.
Yeah, no, she's got a big one too. But
she got good
but
beard.
this bearded hen down in Texas had an absolute, and Grant can back me up on this, had an absolute paintbrush of a beard. I mean, looked like a gobbler's paintbrush.
Oh yeah.
I mean, it was just unbelievable how big the beard was on that hen. And man, I tell you what, I wanted her so bad. And I actually told John, I was like, hey man, man, you save that when I might come back down during turkey season, drive all the way back down here, 23 hours one way, by the way.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, that was a nightmare.
You're getting soft.
No. I knew you was going to say that.
Getting soft.
I would have bet next week's paycheck that you would have said that. You know that, right?
Uh-huh.
So the bet thing is over, right?
Yeah, I lost it.
Yeah.
Okay.
Oh, you did lose?
Yeah, because I betted him. I mean,
I told you he wouldn't be able to handle
I
that.
didn't know
Yeah,
So what was the bet on the no bet? What was the wager on the no
What made
bet?
you lose?
I just told him he wasn't man enough not to bet. That was the bet.
I'm man enough to
you
bet.
bet him
That's
that
about
he
that.
wouldn't bet you.
I'm man enough to bet. So that's all there is there.
See,
too.
look. See, you
Uh-huh.
can't handle it.
You can't.
Yeah. So, but no, we had a great time down there. Grant, I know Grant can and speak for this too. Is how much fun did we have in camp? I mean, that's what it was all about. but I didn't eat dinner 2 nights in a row. Thank you very much.
All right.
Yeah.
It was good.
Yeah, I bet it was
It
good.
was good.
Yeah.
Quit being such a picky eater.
Yeah, it was. It wasn't from being a picky eater. So my favorite thing on earth is seafood, right? So I have a shellfish allergy that just all of a sudden decided to happen at 43 years old. And so we were in the middle of nowhere in Texas. And they're like, we're doing a crawfish boil tonight. And everybody's like, all right, blah, blah. And I'm like, yay. So I eat a peanut butter and jelly. I'm like, all right, no big deal. I just get me a peanut butter and jelly. No biggie. Next night, Grant was like, what we have for dinner? We're doing another crawfish boil. I'm like, you sons of guns, 2 nights in a row I can't eat dinner. So I had another peanut butter and jelly.
Yep.
But it was a great time. Great hanging out with
We got to hang out with the cowboy surfer.
the cowboy surfer. Yep.
How about that, Nate?
Who's that?
John Steele.
John Steele. All you got to do is Google him, and he'll come up. He worked for Surfer Magazine for like 25 years. He's retired now. He was a photographer for Surfer Magazine, traveled the world. I mean,
It's neat to get to meet people like that and listen to their stories and
Right.
their life experiences and
traveling the entire world.
yeah.
I never thought I would share a hunting camp with a surfer.
No,
I mean, like a bona fide, a famous surfer. By
I'm
the
not
way.
trying to pick on him, but he had the surfer language.
Yeah, he had a surfer. Like, dude,
Yeah.
and like, welcome to camp, dude. I thought he was going to get ready to tell us about how the surf was, But I'm telling you what, he's like
hunts.
one of my, and he's a hunter too, man. He's like one of my favorite people I've ever met. I mean, he's like super, super cool. And then Crazy Joey.
Yeah, Crazy Joey.
Crazy Joey is Crazy Joey.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. We're actually going back to do a deer hunt with Crazy Joey.
Yeah. He
In
actually
October.
does.
Fishes.
Fishes.
Yeah.
He does. Is it called charter? I guess.
Yeah, charter, yeah.
But it's not a big boat, but
A
it's
guide, yeah.
a guide.
Yeah.
And he focuses on teaching people how to fish, saltwater fish,
Mhm.
bay fish, I guess you call them,
Inland.
inland fish.
Yeah.
I was learning a lot this
Yeah.
past week,
Mhm.
and I mean he's been doing it 26 years.
Yeah,
Very
professionally.
professional. There was magazines with him on it. He
Oh,
wrote
yeah.
articles.
Shoot, he had like, what was it, like 6 or 8 covers of magazines there when we were
Yeah.
there? I
So
was
I
like,
mean,
daggone, Joe's.
if you ever want to do
Joe's
snapper, redfish,
Mhm.
and I don't know all the fish they were catching,
Yeah.
but
I think even mahi too. I think all that
yeah, they
stuff.
said they possibly go out there sometimes.
Yeah.
But look up Joey.
Yeah.
I can't remember Joey's last name.
Yeah, maybe
Last
we'll put a link of his charter in the podcast post.
Yeah, because
That's what we need to do.
I mean,
He's the real deal.
Real deal, and he's not a stringer. He says, I'm not one of the stringer guys that you don't get, all these stringers of fish. He goes, I'm the guy that's going to catch you the what do you want to call it?
The big one.
The big one, the record one, the monsters. And I was looking him up, and they catch some big fish.
Oh, yeah, they do. Yeah. So, and you talk about if you want to have a good time and catch big fish, he's got to go with.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And
tarantula. But he's an awesome guy. Both John and Joey are both awesome. That's two people that we had never met before. And you know how it is coming into camp. You don't know how, if you go, if you guys have ever went into a deer camp with a lot of people and some people that you didn't know, you just really don't know how everybody's going to vibe against each other. But I'm telling you what, we were picking on each other from the very, very beginning.
Yep.
And it was just a really, really fun camp. We had an awesome time, an amazing time. Thanks to Chris Rager for inviting Grant and I down to that.
Yep.
And we had a fantastic time and just absolutely can't wait to do it again. I had a great time hanging out with our buddy Shannon. That's the first time we'd really, really got to share a camp with Shannon and Chris. And Shannon's been with Flying Arrow and Element since day one.
Yeah,
literally day one. And Shannon does an amazing job for both companies, and he's just a fantastic dude.
Yep.
Yeah,
down to earth guy.
Very, very down to earth, and he's what
so is Rager.
Yeah, so is Rager. And
I want to say something about Rager.
Mm-hmm.
If you ever get Rager, meet him in person, ask him to see what he's killed in a lifetime. Because he is it kind of goes back to last week.
Yeah, very humble.
He is very humble, and it would blow your mind to see what that man's done in his life.
Yeah, you can't even wrap your mind around how much stuff he's killed with a bow.
No, and
hundreds and hundreds of Pope and Young animals, hundreds,
and he keeps it to himself.
And he don't tell nobody. Yeah, he's got world records. Like literally, I can think of 2 that he's killed within the last 3 years.
Yep.
2 world records that he refuses to enter, and it's just like I'm like, wow. I mean, that's a guy. Then, and I will say this about Rager: when you that type of person does it because they love it.
Yeah, and I go, Josh, why don't you do that? That would help us, to help the company grow
help
and
the company,
everything. He goes, I really don't want to.
Yeah,
and we respect that, and we go on with it, and we keep growing Element and Flying Arrow. Mm-hmm. But you talk about humble.
Yeah, like when and it happens every year about this time of year when nobody else has anything to talk about on Facebook, in the hunting groups. Who's the best bow hunter alive? And I'm like, I want to say Rager, but I don't want to put him out there. I'm like, this dude is.
He don't play much on social media.
No, he don't hardly do anything on social media. But I want to say him. But when everybody said, it's funny when somebody says who's the best out there. And they usually say a TV person, which is no disrespect to any TV person.
Yeah.
But none of the people on TV are probably even in the top 100 of the best hunters out there.
No.
And a lot of people don't understand that. But us, we're blessed to be able to travel all over and get to meet certain people and get to see what it's really like out there. And, Rager's a perfect example. He's got hundreds of Pope and Young animals and doesn't do anything for self-glory, doesn't even put it out there, doesn't even post about it. He's
happy.
Yeah, he's just happy that it's his. Heck, we have a hard time getting him to show. We're business partners with him and good friends with him, and we're like, show us what you can. He's like, all right. He don't even like to say, show us. So I mean, he's just very, very humble about it. And and I like learning from guys like that too. I like learning because you should learn all the time.
Sometimes just sit back in camp and listen to other guys talk.
Listen,
and learn, and just be quiet, and you'll learn so much.
Yeah.
So
he was telling us some stories about Africa that was pretty mind-boggling.
You ain't kidding. I mean, I'm sitting there like a little kid getting a bedtime story. I'm like, oh my goodness, you're kidding me.
Yeah.
Just total craziness.
Yeah. And I was really, Grant's been wanting to go to South Africa to do a plains game hunt, and I was kind of always been like on the back, kind of like, and then, but after listening to Rager, I'm like, when we going?
Yeah.
Sign me up. Let's go.
Yeah.
But we had a great time down there. We had a fantastic time in camp. Like I said, we've been testing out our new arrow called the Nucleus. We've been testing out the new broadhead, which we're not going to reveal a name yet. I think we're actually going to let the staff. We're going to try to let the staff try that broadhead out before we come to market, right?
Yep, that's my plan. Our plan, I should say. We're going to let the staff try it out and see what they think of it. I mean,
yeah.
Of course, I don't care about the guys that go and shoot it against a brick wall or
right.
things that you'll never shoot against.
Tell us how tough you think it is, how sharp you think it is, how well it shoots out of your bow,
how well it flies.
How well it flies out of your bow, how accurate it is.
Yeah.
But from what we've seen, and I guess I could say that it's a fixed blade head, but from what I've seen, it's the Orions are a very, very good flying head too, very good flying head, and for this broadhead to be, let's say, as big as it is, it's the best flying head that I've ever shot. Fixed blade, that size.
And, I will say, like, to get you to say, yeah, I like it, is very hard.
Yes.
It's very hard.
Yeah.
You're like, I don't know.
Yeah, especially fixed blade.
Fixed blade. Yeah, I mean, I'm not a fixed blade guy.
Yeah.
But, I
would have no, because I guess I came from the old school stuff, and it was probably had something to do with my bow tuning back in the day. But when I think of fixed blade, I think of coming out of my bow like this, and then when I think of mechanical, I just think of a dart. Yeah. But to have a fixed blade, a 3-bladed fixed blade like that broadhead that flies like an absolute dart, like I was standing behind you in Texas when we were all standing out there shooting, and I was looking right behind you when you shot, and it went right in the bullseye, and it was just like a laser. You know?
And I'm not the best shot in the world, and I was able to put 2 on top of each other where
touching.
Rager goes, you might want to start aiming at a different spot every time you shoot.
Yeah, right. Cutting them arrows, cutting them brand new arrows that we've only got a few of right now. But we're pumped up on the flying arrow and element side. We got an arrow that I don't even know if anybody's ever come out with one like it before. We're very, very pumped about it. We're going to be announcing that here very, very soon of what exactly the details about it and what it is. Matter of fact, it's getting ready to go out in a press release in a major publication. Yeah, I think you're dealing with that.
Yeah.
And so there'll be a lot of buzz about that arrow when we come out with it. There'll be a lot of buzz about this broadhead too.
Like Shannon got out a bunch of stuff that I've never seen before.
Yeah, spine tester,
and he was showing us, and we had the Quakes there that we shot, and he was showing us different things, and Rager was showing us different things. I was learning a lot.
Yeah.
And it was pretty neat.
If you think you're particular about your arrow setup, unless you got a spine tester with weights and a micrometer on them, you ain't that particular unless you're doing that and finding the spine and got a micrometer out.
I'm like, holy cow!
Yeah, I learned a lot myself, man. I was like, daggone, I thought I was crazy about,
We're getting serious.
We're getting serious here. That's what I thought. I was like, daggone, we're getting serious. Yeah, but had a really good time down there in Texas. It's awesome to share hunting camp with good people, and that's what we did. We share, with John, the cowboy surfer, as Grant said.
Keep it sick.
Yeah, keep it sick. That's what he says. He's like, keep it sick, dude. And then with Joey, Crazy Joey, he's a nut. Love that guy. He's awesome. And then Shannon, Shannon and Chris both, man, just really, really good.
If you ever have a question about arrow,
Shannon Sitton.
Shannon Sitton is a man to message.
Yep. And he might not get back to you right away because he is a busy man. He's got a very demanding career.
Yep. But let me tell you, he can tell you about an arrow.
Yeah. He is the guy.
He brought all the works out on them.
Oh, yeah, he did. Yeah.
And it's just not our arrow.
Right.
I'm not trying to talk.
Yeah.
He can do anything with an arrow. Tell you everything about it.
Yep.
And I was impressed.
Yeah.
So,
yeah, he was saying parts that I didn't even know existed.
Yeah.
Yeah. And I've been shooting a bow since a long time. And
all I knew was a black long stick, and it flew through the bow and fly straight. We're good to go. But guess what? I know a lot more now. So
it was very, very impressive. But so we got a big snowstorm coming in.
Yep. That's why we kind of changed it up today. We were going to bring other people on, had people here, but we do have a big snowstorm in. They're calling for 15 inches here. We've been all day prepping here at the farm, getting the deer ready. making sure everything's perfect because I don't want, we want to make it easy life on us here. But watch happen, we'll get a dusting.
Yeah, right. Grant prepared all day here. Me and Hunter did everything at the shop over at the headquarters that needed everything done over there. So we feel like we're prepared, and we'll probably, just like Grant said, we'll probably get nothing.
We'll probably get a dusting.
Yeah.
Kids are upstairs. They're like, we're going to get more snow. I'm like, oh, yeah, great. But my son will start flushing ice cubes down the toilet here in a couple hours.
Right.
Because he thinks that helps.
Yeah, and I never heard that before until you told me that last year.
And
what are you talking about?
I got 3 bathrooms in my house, and he flushes 1 ice cube down each toilet. And then he gets a metal spoon, like a teaspoon, tablespoon, and puts it in the freezer. Then he puts it underneath his pillow at night.
And this is kind of like a tooth fairy thing, right?
I guess.
This is like a snow fairy thing.
I don't know. I'm like, okay, bub.
Yeah, never heard of that.
Never heard of that.
You just let him go with it and, root it on.
Yeah.
So.
But getting back to the pig thing, until Nate had a bad attitude in the shop 2 days ago, we were going to take him on a pig hunt.
Yeah.
But since he has a bad attitude, I think we're going to cancel that hunt.
That's canceled, Nate.
Hey, Nate, I think me and you need to go rent a chopper and take our ARs out.
I think that sounds like a great idea. I've
we're gonna
got
do
a question for you.
What's up?
How can we send 2 guys to Texas, a state that is overrun with pigs,
and they
come back empty-handed? We don't have no bacon. We don't have no ribs.
No,
we don't have no sausage.
Well,
Grant said he's
it's
seen
like
little piglets at 200, and I was like, dude, I know a guy that owns an arrow company. Just let him fly. You know what I mean?
Well, we didn't hunt that hard. Well,
that's what I would say too.
I'm hearing more. I'm hearing more campfire stories and hanging out and crawfish boils than
that's good.
Yeah,
Well,
he's out there stuttering.
Well, we suck. Just let's just be honest. We suck.
If it was deer hunting, we'd have been good. I was waving at the deer to try to get them to go. Cause we were hunting over corn piles.
Yeah.
To bait pigs in.
Yeah.
And then here comes a deer. And I would start waving at the deer.
Because they were eating all the corn, so the pigs are going to.
They didn't care.
Yeah.
I was like, oh, boy.
You had a lot of deer around you. I had a lot of cows around me. I could not get the cows away. I'd get out, run them off, get out, run them off, get out, and run them off. They were driving me nuts. But I was like, well, how much will this outfitter fee cost if I shoot this cow? We can get a real good test of that broadhead and that arrow.
Big old longhorn.
Yeah, big old longhorn down there in Texas. But
it was warm.
Oh, it was phenomenal.
You guys are up here cold. Guess what? I was down there sweating, sitting in a t-shirt.
Yeah, it was cold.
It was.
Yeah. So the coldest day here was 75 when we were down. I mean, the coldest day down there was 75. 81 was the best day. Oh, I'm sorry, I'm not allowed to tap. He didn't give me the look, though.
I was helping you.
Yeah.
I'm sitting over here trying not to cough.
Appreciate you sharing that with us, Nate.
He's turning red.
See, he got all choked up when I said we was taking him on a hog hunt, and then we canceled it.
Yeah, I know.
That's what happens when you got
so we had a lot of fun in
attitude.
Texas, and much needed hanging out with Rager and Shannon both.
Yep.
I would say, and all I can say, be prepared for Element and Flying Arrow to have a lot of new things coming.
Yes, it's going to be a big year for Element and Flying Arrow.
For the guys that, if you ever want to be a part of them staffs, just send them a message on the main page.
Yep.
And we'll get you on there. And, we can, know the family and how you want to say it. Try new things, test things out.
Yep. And I think when we were talking about, when you brought up the idea of giving away a broadhead.
Yeah, it's never been done before.
I don't think it's ever been done before by any other company that has let a field staff determine whether they bring a product, a broadhead. Now, we do it with Pure Whitetail. We've done it for Pure Whitetail for 4 years. But we don't think there's ever been another broadhead company that lets the staff determine
if we're going to bring it or not.
If we're going to bring it to market or not.
There's a lot of companies out there let the big guys try things out and get the yay or nay on it. And
staffs just kind of get left behind.
Yeah, so I was like, that
was a good idea.
We run it with the Pure Whitetail
and it works. Staff. It worked. Yeah.
I said, let's let the, Flying Arrow staff and, if Element wants to try it, and even if Pure Whitetail guys want to try it, let them try that broadhead out.
Yep.
And see what happens. I mean, because what's no better? The best way to say it's a good broadhead is let the
people actually test it.
Let people actually test it.
Not real world testing. Yeah,
because you might think it's great. I might think it's great. Rager might think it's great, and there might be a handful of guys. But then you turn it out to the public, and
it's all bad. And some people listening might think we're full of it, but how many products that we thought would be a slam dunk for pure whitetail have we released, and there's not been that good a reception, and we've done away with them. Yep. We didn't bring them to market because of the staff said that but I think a lot of times the staff are too respectful about it. Because they're like, well, they'll send a private message and be like, hey man, just letting you know, I tried this, it didn't work. I wanted to let you know that it wasn't what I thought it was going to be. It didn't work as good. And hey, this is what I think we should do to change it, or this is an idea you should probably ditch. And if we get a lot of them, we've totally done away with it.
Oh yeah. I mean, there's been a lot of products I've created down the shop and guys said, no, I don't like it, or it just it ain't there yet. And I respect that. I'm not upset, not mad. I like that negativity because it makes me try harder.
Right.
And it makes me come out with something better.
Right. And that, with us doing that, we're actually using the staff like other people should be using the staff. We're taking their opinion and saying, okay, you really, we're really believing what you say. Yeah. We're really putting our faith in your hands. And just so everybody knows, you have my word, Grant's word, and Chris Rager's word, because we've already talked to him about it. If the staff doesn't like this broadhead we coming out with, we'll nix it. Yeah. Well, we nixed the 150 grain Kratos before it even hit the market.
Yeah.
And we already had everything done for it. I mean, we had cases of them.
Cases of them. We had to send them back.
Yeah.
We weren't happy with them,
and we already had backing cards made. We had everything done. Yeah. And it didn't come out with them.
We're doing this a little bit different before we start doing all this crazy stuff. I mean, because every little piece costs a lot of money.
Oh, you ain't kidding.
I mean,
clamshell, backing card.
If you're going to bring a product to market.
Oh, Lord.
This is kind of how, in a small way it rolls. We have developed a product.
Yep. So you got product development already.
How much that product costs to develop?
Yep.
Okay. We think it's good.
Yep.
We got to get artwork for it.
Yep.
So let's call the artwork guy. Mm-hmm. Then we got the artwork for it. We got the name for it.
Yep. UPCs.
UPC codes.
Yep.
And then we got to find how we're going to pack it.
Yep.
How it's going
to package. Yep.
Yep. Then we got to do that. Yep. And then we got to buy the package. Then we got to buy the label.
What's it going to ship in?
How's it going to fit in this?
Yep.
Where's the marketing going to it?
Yep. How are we going to market? Yeah. I mean, it's just.
I mean, and it keeps on going.
Yeah.
And I mean, there's a lot of steps and there's a lot of money just involved in just one product. And I mean, it gets exhausting.
Yeah. Oh yeah. Very exhausting. And that's the thing is, that's what a lot of people don't realize. That's why, and that was a perfect what you come up with about the broadheads, because we've done it, like I said, we've done it on pure whitetail for 4 years, had never done it on the broadhead or arrow side. Now we know the arrows are good, so we're bringing them out. But the broadhead is a totally different ballgame.
I feel like the broadhead's like the deer scent industry.
Oh, it is, man. Yeah, everybody thinks their broadhead's number one, and there's just so much gray area. If you got a good arrow,
Yeah.
And if it shoots good, if it's straight, whatever. But like on deer scent and broadheads, maybe it worked for this guy on this hunt, and then the next 3 times he used it, it didn't work. And the same way with the broadhead, every single, listen, let's just think about this. Every single shot of a broadhead on a deer in the history of the world, none of them has been identical. If you really think about it.
No.
Right? It's impossible for them to be identical.
Yeah.
So
when you get that guy says, I shot my deer at the broadhead and I lost it. Well, where'd you shoot deer? I shot him far back.
Yeah, it's a broadhead's fault. It's really not the broadhead's fault if you gut shot him.
Yeah. I mean,
or if you shoot him right in the shoulder, right in the ball of the shoulder.
I mean, a good example, I shot that good velvet deer.
Oh, North Dakota with
the Kratos, and I shot him through and through the shoulders. Yep. I mean, high front shoulders.
Yep.
He lived. He came back. Yep. But it showed, I couldn't badmouth the broadhead.
No.
It was my fault for not putting a good shot on the deer.
Right. Yep.
And So I can't say nothing. The broadhead performed.
Right.
We tracked blood for how long?
Right. A long way.
A long way.
And then it just slowly stopped, and just like you said, he was back on camera at the same spot
3 weeks later.
3 weeks later, yeah.
Because Terry sent me a picture because he said, "There's your deer," and he showed me the spot.
Yep.
And it's like, I was glad he lived.
Oh, yeah, Lord. Yeah, that was a relief for all of us.
Because, I hate, that's the worst thing about hunting in general is when you put a bad shot, you've practiced, and then that happens.
Yeah.
It's that.
Because it takes a lot.
You want to quit.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. You just screw it. I'm done. I'm tired of this feeling.
We used to have a 24-hour rule here at Pure Whitetail.
Used to. Now it's about 10 minutes. Maybe.
If you had a bad shot or missed an animal or something.
Most of the time it's miss.
A miss. You didn't pick on each other.
Right.
For 24 hours. And I don't know when that went out the door, but it went out the door, and hey, you miss, it's 10 minutes.
It's less than 10 minutes. You're like, man, you suck. Yeah. Yeah. Oh, boy. But that's what makes hunting fun, ribbing on each other. But this week we've talked a lot. We've talked about our trip to Texas. Talked about what we got coming out for Element and Flying Arrow. Next podcast, I think what we'll do is next episode we'll kind of touch on what we got coming out for Pure Whitetail. I think we've got a lot of new products coming out for Pure Whitetail.
A lot of new avenues. Yep, and we'll touch on that a lot now. Avenues.
Avenues. Is that kind of like my irrelevant? Your avenues.
Can I pick on people?
Yeah, go ahead.
Your irrelevant reminds me of somebody. Nate, can you help me out here? I'm trying to think of the word and everything right now.
Trying to mitigate this problem?
I'm just trying to mitigate this problem.
Trying to spread it out between a couple people.
Mitigate. Whose word is that?
Old boss.
15-minute safety meeting every day.
Yeah.
We got to mitigate.
Okay. I know who you're talking about, and you guys are going to hell for that. Just so you know.
You're the worst.
Well, hey,
I
really had a problem with him though.
I didn't either.
We got along great.
I did too. I got along with him great too. I actually like him.
He mitigated a lot.
Yeah.
He did like that word.
Yeah.
Kind of like your word now.
I really like irrelevant. And
irrelevant.
I really like that word.
Well, mitigating irrelevant.
So we talked about what we got going on here, guys. Today was kind of like we're kind of getting rolling into the podcast of what it's going to be like every week. It's going to be a lot of current events, what we got going on.
The snowstorms kind of shut us down a little bit today.
So next week I think what we'll do is we'll dive into, I know we talked about Hunter's Kill too. Congratulations again to Hunter. Made a perfect shot with the Kratos and everything, but I think
he came in perfectly broadside too. By the way, he came in, his head went behind the two smaller bucks that he was with.
You tell me you had to show Daddy how to get it done.
It was embarrassing how I felt bad for him for how easy it was for me.
Well, did you get this on film?
Must not have been that easy.
Shut up, Nate. We need your dad to see how to do it.
Yeah.
You can tell him how to do it, but he's got to see how to do it.
That's something we need to talk about is filming.
Oh, yeah, we can cover that one episode. I think what we'll do is we'll dive in next week to some new products we got coming out for Pure Whitetail and kind of start reliving some of them hunts that we had in last year, like in 2020. Maybe we'll just start with the first kill of ours, whoever's in the room. But my first would be Kentucky with Dale. So I got some good stories on that. So we'll tell that story and tell you a little bit about what we got coming out with Pure Whitetail coming up. And I'm sure we're going to have more Element and Flying Arrow news and all that stuff. But
we need to get Rager on here one day.
Oh, yeah, we got to get Rager on here. Yeah, for sure. But so that's about all I got for this week. Grant, you got anything else?
No, just batten down the hatches.
Oh, yeah. Blizzard 2021.
Blizzard 2021. Rachel's dad was here and he goes, well, we ain't had a blizzard since 81, so here it comes. I'm like, oh, Lord, here we go. And we're going to be adjusting.
71 wasn't a blizzard. 78.
78 was the
I'm sorry, I misunderstood him probably. But
78 was the blizzard.
I remember my dad. I know you're trying to end it.
No, go ahead.
I remember my dad getting stuck at the mill, before I was born. He told me he was stuck there for 4 or 5 days because they wouldn't let no one go.
Yeah.
Because of that blizzard.
Nobody would come in.
So
whoever was there got stuck. He was just on the wrong side of the stick. He's on the wrong side of the sticking. Yeah. So, but no, guys, so next podcast, we'll let you know how much snow we actually got. I'm guessing it's going to be my guess.
Okay,
Grant, okay, we're gonna guess.
We're gonna bet here.
Okay,
we're taking a bet.
All right, I'm betting.
Your bet's gonna cost you.
I'm guessing, and this is with an actual tape measure outside. At my place, you're gonna do your inches here. I'll do my inch. At my place, I think we're gonna get 4 inches.
So
if they're calling for 15, I'm guessing 4.
All right, and you're calling 4 at your place.
Look, guys, he's really concentrating.
I'm thinking how I'm gonna get this fixed up here.
Okay.
So you're calling 4 at your place. Now
I'm calling 4.
Is that starting now till Monday night?
Yeah.
Because they're calling for snow all week long.
Yeah. So I guess I need to go home and shovel out a place in my yard that's bare grass.
Yeah.
Okay. And
you need
to do the same and take a picture. Okay. That's what we'll do.
We can just measure on our driveways.
Yeah, we can do that. Yeah.
That's easy enough.
Yeah, that's easy. Yeah, because both our driveways are clear.
It's gotta be Richie up.
Yeah.
Richie will have his tractor out
at 5 in the morning.
Yep. Thanks for my neighbor. He takes very good care of me.
Yeah, he does. Yeah.
So, all right.
All right.
My prediction is 6.5.
6.5 inches.
And if I'm wrong, if somebody goes and comments that I was wrong on the YouTube of this podcast, I'll take care of you. I'll send you,
a surprise package.
I'm gonna send you a surprise package. I ain't gonna say what it is.
Okay.
But I'll send you a surprise package.
All right. So for the record, the February blizzard. The blizzard of February 2021, I'm guessing it's going to be 4 inches. Grant says 6.5.
6.5.
Okay.
Nate,
all right.
Nate?
What's your guess, Nate?
2.
2. He's probably the winner. Hunter, what's your guess?
I'm going to guess I'm going to guess in between you two. I'm guessing 5.
5. Okay, so we got 2, 5, 4, 2, 4, 5, and 6.5.
And this record right now, they're calling for 15.
Yeah, they're calling for 15. So, but
it shows you how much faith we put in our meteorologists.
Yeah.
I wish they'd take some crap sometimes.
Yeah, no kidding.
Yeah, I think they have to be right like 20% of the time.
It's about I think
That's
old
nice job.
Puxatawny Phil has a better record than the meteorologist.
Because when we were in Texas, they were calling for like a dusting, to inch, and we got what, 6 inches or so?
Yeah, we got a lot.
Yeah, you got a lot. Yeah,
And they missed that one.
They missed that one the opposite way.
Yeah. So this one.
Yeah.
Hopefully it don't go up than 15 inches.
Yeah, hopefully they don't miss it the opposite way again. Yeah.
That'd be rough.
No kidding.
We'll be stuck.
Yep. So, all right, guys, we'll see you next week. Thank you all for joining the Pure Whitetail podcast for myself, Grant, Nate, and Hunter. Thank you, guys. We'll see you next week. Hopefully we can make it here to the studio to record a podcast in the blizzard of 2021. Bye, guys.